Are you like used to your own voice now?
I am. Yeah, but I think I've always been told that I have a nice voice.
You do have a nice voice.
Thank you. So like that's been abused a lot in the past. As in like people have asked me to voice things for like dance. So I think I'm quite used to my own voice now. Yeah. What about you? Are you used to your own voice?
I think so as well.
Yeah. Oh, because you do a lot of like
I used to do like vlogs and
yeah. I think the first time I heard your voice on camera, I was really surprised by how deep it is.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, you're such a bubbly person. Hello,
Hey
I'm
guys.
Jisu. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is so cool.
No, because when I first started, I used to like heighten it. I used to be like, hey guys, welcome to my vlog, you know. And
Yeah.
then I was like,
You're like,
it's fine.
it's not the real me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Just gonna go cash.
Yeah. No, I love your voice though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like one of those kids who had like a really husky voice.
That's sexy though.
As a kid. I was like, hey.
Oh, yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, let's start
Okay,
again.
let's start again. It's like, no.
Okay.
The memories.
Yes, it's all
Rewritten,
gone. Wipe it
yeah.
out. Yeah. All right. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Grain by Grain Artist Stories. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yay. Okay. Icebreaker. Rice, noodle, bread, or would you kiss, marry, and kill?
Okay, this is gonna be controversial, really controversial take, but I'm actually gonna kill rice right off the bat, and kiss bread. I love bread. I feel like a sandwich, a pizza, a banh mi.
We can get bun me's later. From Marrickville.
Oh my god!
Have you ever had Marrickville
Marrickville pork rolls.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
And then I would marry noodles.
Nice.
I love noodles.
Do you have a favorite noodle?
I think I like pho the best.
Yes. Pho's really, really good.
Or like malatang.
Yes. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can repeat this conversation. So you were saying like you like noodles because you like soup. Is that correct?
Because I'm Jisoupy.
Is that where it came from?
No, it's actually because I was gonna name myself Jisushi.
But you don't like
But
rice.
then Jisushi wasn't available. It was meant to be like a double pun, like sushi, and like in Korean you'd add the suffix shi to someone, like so it would be like Jisu-shi.
Oh.
But it wasn't available, so I went with Jisoupy.
Was there any other names in between that you're like, what should I do? Like,
I don't think there was. I think I had a couple other usernames before Jisoupy, but I like literally don't remember them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too hard for you to create.
No.
It's just like, that's it.
Yeah, because it wasn't a serious account.
Right. I guess it all starts off like that, right?
Yeah, it was just tee-hee. Ha ha.
All right, I'm going to start with the first question. Tell us about your artist journey. Where did it all start from the very beginning?
From the very beginning. So I wasn't a very, as I told you before, I wasn't a very artsy kid when I was growing up. I think I was like a little bit of a directionless kid. I was like gonna do business in uni.
Oh my god, I cannot imagine that. Wow.
Neither can I. But in year 12, I had just finished. Well, I'd quit my job at Macca's.
You worked at Macca's?
Yeah, I worked at Macca's, Burwood Macca's in the shopping center in the Westfield.
Yeah.
And I was like slowly running out of money, the money that I'd saved up. And I had to make my friends birthday presents. And I was like, what can I do that like doesn't cost any money? I was like, I'll paint them something.
Oh.
So I in year 12, I started like painting all my friends' birthday presents. I like didn't know how to paint. I had these crusty old watercolors from when I was like 7 or something.
Yeah.
And I'd do it with my finger because I didn't even have a brush.
Wow, you're so brave.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I actually really like this.
Aww.
And that's how it all started.
Wow.
And then I think it kind of like snowballed from there. I deferred my business degree.
Yes.
And went into design instead. I did
Nice.
Vis-Comm at UTS.
Vis-Comm?
Vis-Comm?
Oh, Vis-Comm.
Visual communication.
Okay. What does that degree entail?
It's like graphic design, but a little bit more broad. So a lot of Vis-Comm students go into photography or illustration or motion design or even animation.
That's so broad.
So it's a really broad design degree.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really good if you like being creative and you have an artistic spirit, but
Yes.
then, you know, you don't really know what you want to do with it.
Yeah,
It's a good degree for one of those.
Yeah.
This is like a really like spiritual part of it, but I really think you're like pulled in certain directions, and there's like fate, because I met my friend Milan, who I'm still really close to, and she's actually the one who encouraged me to do a market, like UTS Makers Market. Out of nowhere, it was like the first market that they were running, and we had never had any market experience or anything, and we was like, let's do it. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
And then from there, like that's how Jisoupy basically got started, because I had leftovers from that market. I was like,
that's so
I want
cool.
to sell them online, and then
Oh,
that's how it
wow.
happened.
When was UTS? When was that first market that you?
In 2018.
2018. Wow. Okay. And then, did you? Well, you obviously like graduated uni. Did you graduate uni?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe you just had it too. I don't know. Like, yeah. And then, so yeah, how did that? What did you do after uni?
So I graduated uni in 2019, and the original plan was to take a year off and go traveling, have a gap year, and then go back to uni to do my honours.
Oh yeah.
But the year that I took off was obviously 2020. COVID, yeah. But I was really lucky because I was still living at home.
Yes.
So basically I was tutoring online for uni.
Oh.
So that was my job for the year.
That
And
is
then
a lot.
Yeah, it was really good, and I only worked like 2 or 3 days a week.
That's so cool.
And then the rest of the time, like literally I had so much time, and I just drew every single day in that year. Yeah. So I think that's when like it really, like my business really took off. I wasn't intending it to, but it just kind of happened that way. Everyone was online, I was online, and there was like this really strong community happening in that time. So I think it just really naturally kind of happened. And then by the end of the year, I was basically making like a full-time income from it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I don't really want to go back to uni. I really like doing this. So I just decided to keep doing it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And we're here.
Nice. Was there ever a point in time when you were like, oh, I should go find a full-time job, or like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Even this year, I feel like being completely in charge of your own finances, especially now I don't live at home. I've been living out of home for 3 years, like a little over 3 years now. And it gets really stressful, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could just like go into work and make money and come home and like not have to think about my job, and have a job that like that I don't have to think about like every single day of my life.
Yeah.
But I did actually sign up for a part-time job at a climbing gym, and they gave me the position. And then it took like that process to realize, actually.
Oh my gosh. Do you still go to the climbing gym?
I do. It's really awkward. I'm like, hey guys, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I actually really like doing Jisoupy.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fair. What do you feel like is the most stressful part? You said you were feeling quite stressed.
That's a hard question. Like, maybe this is like a brutal way to put it, but I feel like your like livelihood is so dependent on your performance. So like how much you work, how much of yourself you put into it is kind of like there's like a direct correlation there to like how much you're gonna like earn. And sometimes I think that gets really stressful, especially because I live alone, and like obviously I'm having to like manage and maintain like all my life by myself, and then also having to like maintain this whole business by myself, and like it's just a lot and gets overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I wish like someone was like, do this, and I'm like, yes, sir. You know?
Yeah.
But then I would also hate that at the same time. So it's like this like
Yeah.
catch-22.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the best part of it and like sometimes the worst part of it, especially when you're going through like mental health stuff or you're just having like a really hard time in your personal life. I think it's really hard to like then gather the energy to like be making content and
Oh, yeah.
making a livelihood in that way.
Yeah. You can't take sick leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's really tough. Yeah. What goes into maintaining like Jisoupy? I don't even know. Maintaining is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like managing Jisoupy. Yeah.
For me, I try to make it a lot about the art. And obviously there's like an amount of like content that needs to be made in order to put your art out there. And then along with that comes like the business side of things, like money and taxes and, you know, admin, which I'm really, really bad at.
That's so bad.
I feel like I just like do things as they come.
Yeah,
I'm like,
whatever requires your attention, you're like,
I'm like, I'll do that now. I'll do that now.
Yeah.
I'm really not a type A person.
Okay. I mean, whatever works, right?
I can't plan things. I can't organize things. I'll just do them as they need to be done.
Yeah. Wait, what's that? What's that?
MBTI.
Yes.
I'm an ENFP.
ENFP.
Yeah, so I'm like very airy fairy.
Free spirited.
Yeah.
Then that's how you can just go snorkeling one day when you feel like it and see fishies. And
People ask me like how many days a week you work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not sure. It kind of depends on the week.
Yeah. Okay. What about last week? What was your week like last week?
It's a weird time though because usually in December I take a break.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe in November. Give me like a week in November. What did you do?
I feel like the only way to answer that question is like I'll have periods of time where maybe for like 1 or 2 weeks I basically only do like 1 or 2 days of work. And then I have periods of time for like a month or so where I'm working like 12-hour days every day. You know what I mean? Like,
would that be like if a market's coming up and you're pumping stuff?
If a market's coming up, if I'm doing a shop opening, then I'll like all my work hours like amalgamate into like, and then I'll take a few weeks off or like a month off.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool though.
Oh, thanks. I think so too. Yeah, it definitely suits my personality and my capacity a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about content and your art. So I want to ask more about your content. How do you go about creating content? Yeah.
I feel like there's a weird thing where it's like there's personal art and then there's like work art.
Okay.
But they all kind of come from the same place, like within me. But definitely when I'm thinking about like more work-oriented art, I am thinking a lot more about like what would be engaging to like a wider population, a wider audience, and like what would like catch people's eyes on Instagram or like on the internet, and also resonate with them. Whereas if I'm doing like completely personal art, which is usually like my comics or work that I don't post online, like that's coming straight out of my journal. Like, like I'm like dropping tears onto the page. I'm like, this would make a good comic.
And the tea stain's still on there. It's part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah. But
wait, you never post those? You post some of those comics?
Yeah, I think I post some of them, and then some of them are a little bit more private.
And you would never share those?
No.
I would love to see them.
Oh, I feel like there has to be like a small amount of art that you don't share though. Like maybe to your
Yes.
friends.
Yes. That's really cool. I feel like we create art very differently.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to hear like how you create.
I'd love to hear how you create.
Yeah, we can get into that later. This is
Okay.
about you, isn't
Okay.
it?
Try to ask the interviewer question.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so what is some type of content that you've been creating lately? Like other than posting your art, which I feel like is a given, I feel like you did like a little blog series like leading up to your shop update, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Funny you ask me about that. I feel like I always start projects and then like can't see them through.
I guess you're a free spirit person. You do what you feel like, which I think is great. That is a great trait.
The thing is, okay, I'm gonna say this to everyone. I always film all the content and then I get down to like editing it and it just like completely falls off the priority list. Like I'm like, oh, like now I need to sort out my shop and my inventory and I need to like do all these like, you know, demanding tasks and then it just gets like lower and lower and lower on the list of things that I need to do and then it just gets too late and like my shop's already open and like the opportunity's already gone and all the footage is just sitting on my phone like lost to the world.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like even if your shop has launched, do you think people like? I'm sure people will still want to see your process, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get on that.
Yeah, I think so. And pay someone else to edit it. Kat? She says she loves editing, right?
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
'cause she studied film.
Yeah. Maybe there's a little
Little collaboration happening there.
Yeah.
She does do like really, really good reels.
She does.
Yeah.
They're always so like
They're
aesthetic.
so like, and the storytelling.
Yeah. So maybe. And then I don't know, is there something that she doesn't like to do that you can help her do?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, is there any other type of content that you create or you like creating? You do really cute like promo of your products.
Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, I like making like really silly, stupid reels.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a boomer a little bit sometimes. Like
I feel that.
like I can't get on the reels train completely,
Yeah.
but I'll do it in a way that like, you know,
Yeah.
suits me. I'll do a little one here and there.
Yeah.
If I think of like a silly like idea, I'm like yeah.
I feel like it works so well for you.
Oh,
Though.
thank you.
I'm always so engaged when I see
Oh,
your content. So yeah. So I know you have like more than 150k followers now.
yeah.
Last time I checked. How did you get there?
I feel like the social media landscape is so different from what it used to be because obviously I started posting on Instagram almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
Like I like never intended it to be anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to post my stuff so that my friends can be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I'm like, thanks guys. I appreciate you, you know?
Yeah.
And back then I feel like the whole art on Instagram thing was really new. Like people before then would be posting on Tumblr or on DeviantArt or on Twitter, but like Instagram was still like coming on the up and up in terms of like social media and art, I think. And so like completely different algorithm. Back then you'd still see all the posts from everyone you followed instead of like 3 posts and then like suggested.
Yes.
And so I think it was a lot easier to gain followers back then. Like if you had a post that got 1,000 likes, you'd get almost 1,000 followers from that. Like, yeah, it was like so different then. And now like now people like will engage in your posts like so much, but you won't get that many followers from that. So I think it's a lot harder now. And yeah, maybe it's like a good thing. Like people who do follow you, I think, like really, really, really like your content.
Yeah.
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 And like, yeah. So I think that's the thing about followers.
Okay. So like, when did you see the most growth in?
I think definitely in 2020.
During COVID, when everyone was online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is gonna sound like really like high horsey.
Oh no! Just say it. Just say it.
But like I don't really put a lot of importance in followers, and I don't really track it that much. So even I get surprised sometimes when I like go on my page. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, I can't really say when certain milestones were hit and stuff.
Yeah, that's so fair. Well, I mean, I think you're a really awesome person. And I think you create really good content. And I think you create really good art.
Oh my God, thanks.
I think it just makes sense that you have so many followers.
But I don't know. But I think there's so many people like who like make so much like not better, but like, you know, better work.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, followers is such a thing. Like social media itself is such a thing.
Yeah. What is it like having so many followers? Because in my head, I'm imagining, well, you probably get bombarded by so many comments and so many messages. And sometimes I'm like, you're probably not going to see my message, or you probably won't have time to reply to mine because you must be getting so many. But that's from me, like my little measly 2,000 followers. I'm like, it's probably what Jisu's going through. But yeah, no, what is it like having so many followers?
Well, I do have notifications turned off. Like I can't deal with that.
That's so fair.
I feel like it won't be as much as you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
A lot of messages get like filtered into requests, and then I have to like actively go in and like look at the requests and then look at the hidden requests.
Yeah.
Like Instagram like hides all the messages, and I like don't get messages from people. Like I feel like I'm getting more messages than I'm seeing because there's a lot of like filtering happening. Yeah. But I think it does get overwhelming. It takes me a long time to reply. But in terms of like comments, I'm like eating them up.
Yeah.
Like 10 comments, I'm eating them up. Like 200 comments, I'm still eating them up.
Yes, as in you're reading through every single one?
Every single one.
Yes.
Every single one.
Oh,
I live for that validation.
Oh my God.
Because I feel like so much of my work is like, please, you know, see me.
Yes.
Like, see who I am. And then when people see it, I'm like,
Yes. I did well.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you reply to every single one?
I try to. Yeah. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes.
That's so fair. No pressure to reply to mine, okay?
I'm on it.
Right now. Where's your phone?
Where's my phone? Right now.
Yeah. I think that's another thing that I really admire about your art. I feel like out of all the artists that I know, I feel like your art is probably one of the most vulnerable ones that I've seen. And also like when you share things on social media as well, like your stories and stuff, it's so vulnerable. Like you share so much of yourself, and I think that's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So how did you, like, was that always the case when you shared things on social media, or like how did you get to this point, being so comfortable sharing everything?
The online space.
Yeah.
When people ask me this question, I feel like the answer is gonna be like so out of nowhere. So I think I got a head start on the social media like landscape because I was actually Tumblr famous.
Oh wow!
Well, not actually Tumblr famous, like joke Tumblr famous. You know, like had a lot of followers on Tumblr.
Wow. Well, how many?
Like 20,000.
Wow.
Tumblr followers.
I've never been on Tumblr in my life, so I like, does Tumblr still? Can I go on Tumblr now?
Yeah, you can.
Can I find you now?
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where.
That's fair. Yeah.
But
So do you feel like people from Tumblr came to your Instagram?
Not at all.
No. Okay. Yeah.
It's a totally different Tumblr.
Okay.
Like the super nerdy. Don't go find it.
Oh, now I want to see it.
But I feel like it like kind of gave me more exposure, I guess, to both like, I don't know, like I just grew up as like an internet kid, so I feel like I feel a lot more comfortable with like sharing parts of myself, and also I think it's like important too, and I think I also just as a person don't have a lot of shame, like.
That's so cool.
I mean, like some people are like, oh, like it's TMI. I'm like, too much. I'm putting it out there.
Take it or leave it. Yeah.
So I feel like, just it like both comes naturally, and also I do actually now I am remembering that I used to like get such bad like vulnerability hangovers. Have you heard of the term?
No.
It's like after you've been like super vulnerable, it's like almost like
regrets.
You're like so overwhelmed by it that you like shut down.
Oh.
Yeah. And I used to get like that posting like really personal comics and stuff. Used to post it and then like throw my phone somewhere and then like lie in bed for the whole day like, what have I done? But also I don't want to delete it as well.
Right.
But then like the more you do it, the more you realize that people are actually like really kind and compassionate, and a lot of people like relate to it. A lot of people have like messaged me and been like, this comic like reflects like the exact situation I was going through, like thank you for posting it. And people will come up to me at like markets and stuff, and some people like we have a cry together, you know. And like I feel like that kind of stuff makes it so worth it, and it makes you realize that like a lot, like being vulnerable not only on the internet but obviously like in your everyday life does like open you up to more connections and like more empathy from people, and I think it's super worth it in the end.
Okay, that's really beautiful. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your life.
Thanks for listening to me.
When you share things on your stories, like what goes through your mind, if anything?
I don't think much goes through my mind.
Like, is it like, oh, like this thing happened to me and I really want to share it with the world? What goes through your mind?
Yeah, I think it is like that. I feel like I'm actually like kind of bad at posting on stories.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I don't post for like weeks on end, and then I'll come in, I'll be like, this is what's happening in my life.
So I think I caught that bit because I'm rarely on social media, but when I just saw like many stories from you posting. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, that was like when I reacted to everything.
I feel like that's like my social media presence. Like I'm on every day, posting like one piece of artwork a day, like 10 stories a day for like a month, and then I'll disappear for a few months. Be like, goodbye everyone. I need to go and live my life for a bit. And then I'm back. But what do I think about? I feel like I don't think about much. I'm like, tuk, 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 tuk. My life, post.
No, I only ask because I guess for me, it's not a very natural thing. I would go on someone else's story and I'd be like, oh, like they're posting. Oh, I should post. Oh, like what have I done? Oh, I'm editing a video right now. I can post about that.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, but does anyone care? Like no one probably cares, right? So then maybe I don't like need to.
This is what I always say. I'm like the world's nosiest person ever.
Yeah.
I care about your story.
Oh.
I'm like, what are people up to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me have a look. So,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably like really bad at like messaging and replying to them, but I'm watching.
Okay, well, it's good to know. Next time I post a story, I'll be like, it's okay.
It's okay.
At least
Yeah,
Jisu
Jisu's
cares. I'm going to do it for Jisu.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to go through my mind the next time I post. Okay, so going back to your art. So we talked about how you got started, which was in year 12 with your finger and watercolour. How did your style evolve from then? Yeah, and like, did you have any formal art training at all?
I wouldn't say I had formal art training, but I did go to design uni for 3 years, and I feel like that influenced my art a lot. A lot of people say like it has like a graphic design vibe to it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think style comes naturally.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people get really hung up on like trying to create a style.
Yes.
Like trying to make like a niche. And I think with your own art, you become so like hypercritical of like, you know, certain types of line work and certain like colors, and you're like, oh, maybe this doesn't fit in my style because it has a different like something, you know.
Yeah.
But I think too, a watcher's eye, like a observer's eye, because you are like so yourself, it just like kind of comes out naturally in your art, even if you like mix it up, I think, or like do different things, or even if you work in different mediums. I think like your personality inevitably comes out in your work. And also I feel like a style is like your strengths in art and also your weaknesses. Like I'm really bad at detail work, and like, yeah, I feel like it's just like, you can probably tell from my personality. Just really like don't have the attention for that.
She did say she's not a type A person.
Yeah. So my work is very, it's very like big shapes, very colorful, color based, because I really like colors. And like my line work is very simple and very, very like, you know, not really into doing like tiny little. So I feel like all of that just comes out naturally in a style.
Yes.
And I feel like that's how it kind of developed over the years.
Okay.
Yeah. I also started making art with watercolour, and maybe that like impacts the process of how I draw a little bit.
How do you reckon that impacts?
I feel like because I started out like, you know, doing like an ink painting and then like watercolouring on top of it. That's like kind of exactly how I do digital work. Like I'll do my line work.
Yeah.
And then I'll just fill it in with colour.
Ah.
And then like add like shadows and
yeah. Okay. What made you move away from watercolour to what you're doing now?
I think I bought an iPad in uni.
Yeah.
Because my friends had iPads.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is great.
I love it too.
Watercolor takes so long.
Yes,
you have to
does.
work on like 3 things at once because you're waiting
For it to dry.
Yeah, waiting for it to dry.
Yeah.
Getting your hair dryer out.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So much planning. If you like accidentally with like a really dark color, your whole painting's ruined.
Game over. Just start all over again.
Yeah. I was like, digital drawing, it's great.
Double tap.
Double tap. I love it. Yeah. But I still watercolor, like, very rarely.
Yeah.
For like my personal stuff.
I recently saw you draw that painting of the dog.
The dog.
That was so funny.
Everyone was like, oh, I love this new style.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thanks, guys.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, I really liked it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But like, again, that's like, I feel like I'm just like, and then.
You're just doing what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I feel like that's my whole thing. I just do whatever I want.
Okay. I was just about to ask you, like, what do you think your guiding principle in your art is? Like, is that it?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like my guiding principle is that I just want to make art for the rest of my life. And like, because that's my goal, I will do anything to make that happen, including like resting, yeah, and like taking breaks, and like not going over my capacity, and like knowing where my limits are. Because I feel like I'm not necessarily doing, like, of course I have to make art and content to make a living so that I can live in this world. But I feel like, yeah, my overall goal is to be doing it for a long time and to be like living a life that's this free and that always has like space to make art. I feel like it's important to like base my priorities around that. Yeah. And in that includes doing what I want.
Yeah. It's part of it.
It's part of
the
it.
Umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's really beautiful. I've never thought about like long term, long term, you know? It's so cool that you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life and I'm going to do anything to make that happen. Yeah. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Where do you draw inspiration from for your art?
I feel like lately it's really, really the outdoors. Yeah. Especially because I started snorkeling late last year.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How did you get into that? Sorry.
I was like, I don't know why all my stories start like this, but I was dating a boy.
Oh.
And he was like, you like the ocean so much, like, do you snorkel? And I was like, oh, I haven't. He's like, you should snorkel. And then I asked for a snorkel for my Christmas present last year. Yeah. And then I got started. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
Googled like, best snorkeling spots, Sydney.
Yeah.
And then hit them up. And I was like, this is amazing. And then I was like, all my friends have to get into this. So I've gotten all my friends into it.
Oh,
we go snorkeling together. Yeah. It's really easy to get into. I don't know why more people don't do it. Like, yeah. And there's actually so much to see. Like in places that you probably visit really frequently, like Manly or Coogee, like really close by. There's a whole world down there.
Wow.
Yeah, so amazing.
Yeah.
And also I really like hiking and waterholes and stuff like that. I think a part of the aesthetic is drawn by outdoors now.
Yes.
And like also like my feelings and stuff of like the world, the universe, nature.
Yeah.
There's a part of that. And then also I think this is really corny, but I think I'm like super inspired by like love and like friendships. And
I can see that.
Yeah, and like our connections to each other.
Yeah.
Our bonds to each other and all of the amazing and beautiful stuff that comes from that and all the learnings that come from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are there any artists that you're also inspired by as well?
100%. Do you know Anna Laura?
No.
Anna Laura. Oh my gosh, you need to follow her.
Oh, Anna Laura.
I feel like every single piece that she makes, I'm like, ugh. Oh my god.
This song?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
God.
it's so cute.
It is. Just makes me feel so much hope and like life is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really want to like have that feeling in my work as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you gone to the Great Barrier Reef, by the way?
Yeah, I have.
How did you find it?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like wonderful, spectacular, sad that it's dying.
It is really sad. Yeah. I remember going when I was like 11 and I thought it was really cool that like you look up and it's like this vast ocean.
Yeah.
And it
like
feels so scary. Yeah, but then the moment you dip your head down, it's like this beautiful world and you feel so safe because it's actually so shallow. You know what I mean? It's actually like really shallow.
It's like,
yeah, but then when you look up in the ocean, you're like, I'm gonna die here. Like, I don't know if you got that feeling.
So I feel like that's like another reason why I love the ocean though. So mysterious, a little bit scary. It's like a woman, you know.
Oh, like, are you like that?
like ooh, I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah.
But so beautiful.
Yes.
I love it.
Like a woman. Is that how you would describe yourself?
No, I would say I have no mystery.
True, you share so much of yourself. This is more of a personal question, so we don't have to share this. But in your content, I feel like you talk a lot about healing. I don't know how else to ask this, but have you been through a lot? I'm like surprised. Who hurt her? Like what happened?
I would say so in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's like definition of a lot is different.
Yes,
And
for sure.
like I feel like that all is valid of healing and of
Yes.
growing from. So I'd say like like I've probably been through a lot, but like as much as a lot of other people have.
Yeah.
And I think I also like grew up like kind of seeing other people in my life go through a lot as well. So there's a lot of I think I just have a lot of feelings in regards to healing and I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's so fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think I've like struggled a lot with like mental health issues for probably like a good majority of my life.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that takes up a lot of space, a lot of energy. But makes me make great content.
Yeah.
every time I like get my heart broken by a boy, I'm like content machine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So terrible.
But from what I've heard, everyone loves it and everyone can relate. You know, like love is like the most universal like feeling, and so is heartbreak. So no, we love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you probably helped so many girls go through their heartbreaks.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, from what I heard from Jess, it helped her.
Thanks.
So where do you feel like you are at now with your journey in healing?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a like healing and growing and becoming more of a holistically grounded person is a lifelong journey, you know. And I think there's still a lot of things that I want to like work on and a lot of things that like I want to learn. Yeah, I feel like it's an ongoing process. But I do think as I get older and learn more about myself, I do feel a lot more like forgiving and a lot more able to like take on difficult things and conversations and conflict and stuff. So yeah, getting better, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a journey for sure.
Yeah, no, that's so fair. Are you happy?
I'd say so.
Aww,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm glad.
Thanks.
So, another question I want to ask. What is your drawing process like?
I think like usually I'd be like, I want to draw, and then I'll spend like 30 minutes to an hour looking for the perfect drawing accompaniment video.
What?
like a YouTube video,
Yeah.
a Netflix show, you know, something's got to be on, or like
Yes.
a 12-hour aquarium video with like some music on the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll like think about like what vibe I wanna be in while I draw, put it up, and then I have like this huge A4 sketchbook. I feel like everyone works in like small sketchbooks. I need a big one.
Yeah.
And I'll like sketch out sketches in a black pen. I like refuse to use pencil or like any color.
Yeah.
It's gotta just be black pen.
Do you have a reason for that?
I don't know.
Just what she feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just simple. You can't erase stuff, so if you like don't like it, you have to draw it again. You know?
Okay.
So it saves you from like being so like with it. You're just like boom, 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 and then I'll you know, find a sketch that I like, or like an idea that I like sketch that on my iPad, and then line it, color it, and then I'll this is the secret sauce. I put it into Photoshop and I like adjust the colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I feel like sometimes when you first draw something, like the first kind of like, maybe I'm just like not a planner. I think it's because I'm also not a planner.
Yeah.
And I'm not like sitting there like planning out all the things, colors and things that I want to use. I just like go for it.
Yeah.
And then I'll like put it into Photoshop and like do a little bit of adjustment so that it looks like right to my eyes.
Yeah.
And then that's the
Do you usually come in with like an idea that you want to portray, or like, or is that like, yeah, when does that come into the process?
Yeah, I think I start with ideas first.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm actually a lot more of like a written kind of sketching person. Like half my sketchbook is like writing instead of drawings. So a lot of my ideas come from writing. Or like I'll be in the car like driving and I'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll be like, hey Siri, write this note, you know? Yeah. Or like,
I think my iPad just reacted to Siri.
oh, whoopsie. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And or like I'll be in the shower and I'll be like, ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, or I'll be like cooking. I'll be like, ooh, that's good. And I'll write it down.
Yeah.
And then revisit it later.
What are some of these ideas that pop up? What sort of shape do they come in?
I think they like come in words or like, if I don't know. I feel like I just like think about like my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, like I'd like to draw this, you know. Yeah.
Like something that happened to you,
Yeah.
or a feeling that you felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like something that would be fun. Yeah.
Can you give an example of like exactly what you talked about, that kind of, because I'm really curious as to like, you know, from a feeling to like you creating the composition, like how.
Can I like actually get my phone?
Yes, go for it, go for it. I always feel like composition's like one of the hardest things, like for me. So I'm always really curious as to like how do other people kind of come through with their composition?
I don't know. I feel like it feels really like nebulous to me as well. Yeah. Or like, sometimes I do, like when I have no idea how to convey something, I'll go on Pinterest and kind of like see like compositional styles that I like.
Yeah.
Like if it has like a really ornate frame, I might try to like draw an ornate, like little cute little frame myself. Yeah, but I think I usually have a lot of like figures. Like I usually have like, you know, like a character.
Yes.
So that like becomes the central point.
Yeah.
And then like things around it.
Yeah. Your text is so big.
Yeah, like
it's like screaming at me.
Grandma. I think I have like a hashtag. Yeah, hashtag ideas.
Oh, nice.
It just says like cyanotype white pants.
What? Is that an idea?
Yeah. Oh, that's all like sewing stuff. Okay, that's like not. That's not. Yeah, like I just write a lot. It's like a lot of like this is what I think about my comics. Like if they were just written out, it would be like so corny, and people would be like that's so corny. But because they're accompanied by nice images, it weighs the corny off, and then it's like nice.
Okay, I've never thought about it like that, but yeah, I guess
maybe that's like just what I think about.
Yeah.
My work.
I'm sure other people are like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
But yeah, I have like so much.
My Uber driver. Oh.
Yeah, like I just think about some thoughts about love and redemption. It's like, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of notes app stuff going on.
Yeah.
That nobody needs to read.
I kind of want to read it. I want to know what Uber driver said to you.
It's so like 13-year-old girl in her like pink journal vibe. Yeah. Like that's exactly the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you point out an artwork and then tell me like what process you kind of went through with that artwork?
That's such a good idea. It's so hard to talk about your process, because I feel like I just assumed that like everyone
Does it the
does
same
it the
way.
same way. Okay, for example, like,
Oh, that's so cute.
well, let's do this one.
Yeah.
So this one was like a peach toba prompt,
Yes.
the sketch prompt.
Yes.
And then I was like, sketch. And I was like, in my sketchbook, I was like, sketchbook. So I just decided to draw like me with my sketchbook.
Yes.
And I think I had it like thumbnailed out, like different. I had one where I was like lying down on the sketchbook, and I had one where I was like just like on a table with the sketchbook, and then I like settled on this like humongous sketchbook and then little me.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to be like comic vibes, so I did like the comic kind of strip at the top.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it. I feel like it happens naturally, you know, just like "Whoa," and then I also feel like my compositional style isn't that complicated either. Like a lot of it is just like a figure or a character in the middle, and then like something happening around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take a lot of inspo from like the sea and.
Yes, that's so awesome. Can I find another one?
Of course.
And then you can tell me how you can about it. What about this one?
Ooh, this one, it's an interesting one because I was watching this YouTube series by an artist who I think has a process that's really similar to mine, and I was like really shocked by the way that he drew. But obviously his like technical skills were like so much better, and I was like eating up all this information. So he was talking about like how to make background and foreground elements work.
Yeah.
And like color theory, and I think this one was really inspired by that. I think like the frame itself, I have a lot of Pinterest pins that have like these really like nice like vintage style frames. I'm like I really like them, so I tried drawing one that was similar. And then obviously the classic character in the middle. Things around it.
Is the character usually you?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
In my comics they're me.
Yeah.
But in other stuff they're just like girls. But I think like there's like a thing, I don't know if you notice in other people's art as well, but their characters do end up looking like them.
Yeah. She cute.
Oh, thanks. You're saying I'm cute.
Yeah, you are cute. Okay.
Thanks.
Alright, I'm gonna pick one more.
Yeah. Curious.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
Huh? Oh, which one would I pick? This one.
So this one I actually drew on the beach, on paper with watercolor, and then I think I drew the sketch on the bus to the beach.
Wow.
And I was just like playing around with shapes and character in the middle as always. I remember being inspired by something, but I can't remember what. But I wanted like her hair to connect with everything.
Yeah.
So I remember like drawing this little character and then just like going crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was at the beach and I was like painting it.
Yeah.
And then I decided to do a digital rendition of it. So that's kind of how that was born. But I think I really like actually really like playing around with composition in the way that like fitting things into like a little space. I feel like I'm really bad at like whites, like negative space.
Yeah.
I have to like fill like all the little the little corners and the little bits out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do like a big, like the big shapes, and then I'll just fill in the little holes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then you colored it with watercolor, and then is that what you did? Sorry.
Yeah, the original one, but this is all digital. So I just recreated it digitally.
Okay.
Because I scanned the watercolor one in and I was like, it's kind of ugly.
Oh, I see.
Redo.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to read your text as well. Okay, so were you like very inspired by the ocean as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. that makes sense. That's so cool. That's really cool. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing
Oh, thanks for
your
inquiring.
process.
I don't think I've ever thought about it before.
Yeah, you just kind of do what you feel like.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do what you want.
Yes! I think I'm rarely guided by that.
Really?
So it's really cool to hear that you are, and it works really well for you. And so many beautiful things come from it. So I'm like, maybe I should be guided more by what I want as well.
I don't know. I feel like you're doing really well.
Oh, thank you.
And I also really envy that in other people as well. Like being able to have a vision and like do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a type A person, so.
Yeah. I feel like I envy that sometimes.
Yeah. I guess the grass is always greener.
Yeah. I feel like there needs to be like a nice like
Middle
ground marriage, but it's rarely that way.
Yeah.
So it's like either, yeah.
I mean, I guess we can keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Finish your reels.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be checking up on you. Have you done it yet?
I'm gonna be on an island somewhere. I can't make reels.
Still do it.
I'm gonna be a coconut in one hand,
Ooh.
pina colada in the other. I can't make reels. I have no hands.
Ooh. Okay, fair enough. Maybe when you come back from your 5-month-long travel. So I know you have your online shop. And you do markets, and you have your Patreon. Do you have any other streams of income other than these three?
Those are my main ones. I do have a Gumroad where I release digital content.
Oh.
And that actually like makes a little bit of passive income.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
But a little bit.
Gumroad?
Yeah, I think digital content is actually quite like profitable.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
And it requires like not a lot of energy on your part because you just like make it and put it out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yes.
Like you don't have to ship it. You don't have to, yeah. If like there's customer feedback, you will take that, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so digital content is actually like, I do want to lean a little bit more into it. Yeah.
Would you ever do like freelancing, commission?
Ooh. I'm actually like, I think I'm actually really bad at doing commissions and client-based work.
Because you want to do what you want?
Because I want to do what I want.
I see the trend.
And I also think I'm like, I feel so much pressure and don't work well under it. Yeah. Like if I'm in a job interview and I say, I work really well under pressure, I'm lying. Work really poorly under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like suddenly I don't know how to draw and I'm like, I don't know what this person wants from me when they just like clearly approach me because they like my existing style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, I need to be someone else, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of bad at it. But I used to do like little frog character maker commissions, which was really fun. And I would bring that kind of thing back where there's like a kind of set template.
Yes.
And people like kind of know what they're going to get.
Yes.
Yeah. But I find client work a little bit hard.
Yeah, that's so fair. I think that's also one reason why I don't like doing commissions either. I don't have time for that. I barely have time for myself.
Yeah. Like I'd rather be making my own work in this time.
Yeah.
I did recently do commission work though.
Ooh.
I made climbing tees for climbing cuties.
Oh, that's so cute.
Which is really rewarding.
Oh, what part made it rewarding for you?
Just seeing people wear them in the climbing gym, and I think they turned out super cute. And
I
was like, oh, I popped off with
oh, yes. Yeah.
And like my acquaintance posted it on social media, and I was like, this year's climbing cutie shirt is so cute. And then I was like, hee, I made it. They're like, what? They didn't even know I made it. They just posted it.
Because they just thought it was so cute.
Because they just thought it was cute.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I feel like I like doing that kind of client work where like it's like for a organization that I'm already a part of and like I really like and has been really like beneficial in my life.
Yes.
And then also I can see like the fruits of my labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like see people enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think that's like rewarding kind of client work.
Yes.
But I think a lot of the work that like gets asked of you is more like corporate and or maybe like if I did commissions, that would be more like personal as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a bit different. You probably had more creative freedom with creating the shirt as well,
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the back and forth for that was like really chill as well.
Yeah.
Like they were really open to any ideas that I had and yeah.
That makes sense. Is it the one that's on sale? Like as in on your online shop?
No, it's not that one.
Oh, okay, it's a different one. I really like that one. I'm eyeing it. Okay. Tell me a bit more about your Patreon. How does that work? And yeah.
So every month I send out a monthly mail package. So there's 3 tiers, combo mail, print only and sticker only. So I have this like, I rarely post it on social media and I should,
No.
but I have a monthly little collector's card that I do. And this year it was like specimen of the month. And I would do like little creatures and plants and stuff with like the little scientific name on the bottom or like the common name.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so like some people send me photos of like their binders and they've actually like collected all 12. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So every year I try to do like a different little collector's card. But yeah, I just send out mail once a month. And I also have a digital tier, but that's mostly for, like I do really rare one-off digital downloads, but that gives like early access to the shop and discounts and stuff like that.
Okay. And how do you find creating for Patreon?
I feel like it's like really, really like part of my work routine.
Yes.
And so I really enjoy it. And I think it's really, like it forces me to at least do one nice piece a month. So I really appreciate that part of it as well.
Yes.
Especially when I was like really struggling to make anything or like make time for art at all.
Yeah.
So, like last year, like 2023, having that like once a month kind of expectation was actually really good for me, I think. And like, I was like, oh, I can actually still make art even though I haven't made it in the last month.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And now I have 2 lovely assistants helping me pack them as well. So
in Sydney, or are they?
One in Sydney and one in the US.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's been really helpful and really nice as well.
Oh, that's good. At what point did you feel like you needed an assistant?
Well, I feel like when I lived at home, I used to ask my mum to help me for free.
Ah, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and then even when I'm living alone, sometimes I ask my friends to come help me for free. And so I feel like I always needed someone to help me out. It's like a very like time-consuming, repetitive task.
Yeah.
But now I like actually hire people, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'm like, how many orders do you get?
I think I get like around. It's not actually that much. Well, maybe it's a lot, but I get like 250, 270
Yes.
envelopes back each month. Yeah. But I think it's just like I can do it myself, and I do usually do it myself.
Yeah.
But like, it's not the type of work that I love. And I feel like some people love that repetitive work.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
That's so fair. I mean, if money can help you solve things,
Yeah.
then why not do
Why
it?
not?
Exactly. It's why you earn money, right?
Yeah.
So you can go do the things that you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like paying for a cleanup. So,
Yeah.
love that. That's actually a lot, though. I pack 3 packages and I'm like, oh. So I cannot imagine doing like more than 200 by yourself. That's crazy. So last year, it sounded like you created for Patreon. now, would you still say you create for Patreon, or are you just creating and then some parts of it ends up for Patreon?
I'd say like for Patreon, I still like make something specifically for the monthly Patreon. But I think like now the ideas and like the vibes come from like my normal amount of art that I'm doing. And then I'm like, if something's like a particularly good idea, I'll be like, that can be my Patreon print for this month. Yeah.
Okay.
I do definitely think like you tap into like a different kind of space when you're creating things that you intend to monetize though. Yeah. Instead of just like something that you intend to just like post or just make. It's definitely a different like extra layer.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would you describe that extra layer?
I think like as I said earlier in the interview, it's like you're thinking about what will connect to more people and catch more people's eyes and like what will like more people relate to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have a favorite product that you have created this year?
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or in general?
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
I feel like this year, my like little set of sticker sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 like very soupy sticker sheets. I feel like those are probably my running favorite this year. Actually, this morning, this is top secret.
Oh, she's gonna share it with the world.
Yeah. I got a shipment of new shirts.
Oh.
Yeah, new design. I'm really excited about them. I think they're probably my favorite thing.
Can I see? Do you have a picture?
I don't.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about those.
You can go home and take a photo and send it to me.
Yeah, and send it to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do.
Ooh, can you describe it? Why is it your favorite?
I think I tried something new, and also I feel like it's like I'm losing words.
No, that's okay. Take your time.
It's like a culmination of like a lot of my feelings from this year.
Yes.
It says nature is magic, and it's got like a little frog and like little mushrooms.
Aww.
Yeah, it's really cute.
That's so cute.
It's like one of those what do you call them? Like raglan shirts. With like the brown. Yeah.
I have to see it.
Yeah.
You have to send a photo.
Yeah. I'll send it.
Nice. And then what is your best selling product, would you say?
It's gotta be my Have a Good Poop print.
Yes. I have that one.
Yeah. Have a Good Poop print and my climbing shirts are probably my best sellers.
That makes sense. A lot of people are climbing these days.
Yeah,
so I think it's very relatable.
Yeah, and I think it's a good gift for a climber as well.
It is. It's exactly why I want to buy it. I don't climb, but I have a lot of friends who climb.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be like, if you get it for your climbing friend, it'll be like so cute.
Yeah. Lovely.
So those are my best sellers.
Yay. Okay, so now I want to ask you questions about markets. Yeah. I guess you mentioned that you started way back in 2018 at UTS. And then like where has that journey gone like since then?
I think I did another year of UTS Makers Market.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think I only did Smash every year.
Yes.
And didn't even know about like the existence of other like smaller markets, or maybe they didn't exist yet.
I don't think they existed.
I don't think they existed. I did one Supernova in Melbourne, and then I flopped so bad. Like I didn't even break even. Like, and I was like, I'm never doing Supernova ever again.
Oh my gosh, why do you think that happened?
I feel like it just wasn't the audience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wasn't the right audience. Yeah, but I was sitting there like twiddling my thumbs. Like, anyone gonna buy anything? Yeah. But sometimes you gotta flop.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of it.
It happens.
That's just life.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when all the markets started coming on scene. I still didn't know about a lot of them, but like fortunately I had met Kat by then. And I feel like
nice.
Kat's like super in the know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I feel like there's like a lot of friends that I've met through Kat, including you.
Yeah.
I'm like such a like reclusive person on the internet, you know, like don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Because I have like my own like really long like lifelong friends.
Yes.
So like I usually just hang out with them, and then I'm like, like how do I?
Yeah.
And then like it's been really nice like meeting Kat.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is blah blah, this is Jisu, and I'm like, hi. Yeah. And so Kat introduced me to a lot of the other markets, and we've been doing them together.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So when did you meet Kat?
I met Kat mid 2023, like July 2023.
Yes.
Yeah. She had posted on her like close friends, like if anyone wants to hang out, like reach out. I want to make more artist friends. And I was like, I'd love to hang out. Yeah, and I went into it like with like low expectations because I think I had like met up with other people. I think I was like trying to look for new friends in that period of time. And I
artist friends specifically, or anyone?
Like anyone.
Yeah.
And I had like met up with a couple other people, and it hadn't worked out. So I feel like I was like, like if it's awkward, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like we'll just try again. And then like wasn't awkward.
Yeah.
And I actually went on a date after.
Oh.
Like after I hung out with Kat, I was so happy. Like I was so giddy that like this guy must have been like, what is wrong with this? With this chick, like she's so happy.
Maybe he's like, oh, it's me. It must be me.
Yeah,
That's why she's happy. Like
I was like, hi, oh my god, nice to meet you. Because I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have more fun with Kat than you did with your date?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's so cute. You and Kat, you guys, like, I was so surprised when I found out that you guys have only been friends for like a year.
Yeah.
I thought you guys knew each other from birth or something. No, legit. And that day, do you remember, like, you and Kat were dressing very similarly as well? Yeah. I was just looking at you guys like,
it's funny
almost
because
like sisters.
It was like it's like always telepathic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like even the first time that we met, we showed up in like the same colors.
Wow.
It was telepathic.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
We had like a 1-year friend anniversary. We wore the same clothes, went to the same places. It was really cute.
Yeah.
And we're like, remember when we were like being really awkward here? Yeah, it's really cute.
What do you think makes you guys such good friends?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like we're both like kind of super Korean, but also like not super Korean.
What does that mean? Please explain.
Like we grew up with the same like cultural references and like like a lot of pop culture references that a lot of Koreans grow up with. But we're not like super Korean in the way we're like super like we have those really Korean traditional ideals and stuff like that. And like I think also Kat's my first like industry friend, you know, like my first artist friend. It's like amazing to be close friends with someone who does the same thing. I think that was like something that I was really, really lacking in my life. Because like obviously your friends understand to a degree what you're doing, but not like the full thing. As with me with them. Like
With their full-time corporate jobs?
Like, yeah. Well, not even.
Okay.
None of my friends have full-time corporate jobs. One. But just like someone who like really, really knows what it's like to be doing the same thing as you. And also, I don't know, there's like just like, I feel like with friends that you click with, there's just like some secret magic sauce. Yeah.
I can see that.
Like, we connect to each other on this weird different frequency. You know?
Yeah. That just doesn't, no one else can see it. You guys can just feel each other.
Yeah.
Are you connecting with them right now?
Yeah, I feel like the amount of like feral energy that Kat and I have. Like Kat is like so like, hey guys, like on with people that she doesn't know or on camera. And then when we're like alone in a hotel room or like at a concert or something, we're like going feral.
I want to see this.
We're like, crawling.
Oh my god, really? What are you guys doing? Cat's like, don't tell people that.
Sorry, exposed.